For the last 71 years, we've watched some of the greatest moments in sports history.
The Celtics now lead 45. And West with a long jump. Russell deflected it and keeps it. Beautiful play. Feeds off quickly to Havlicek. Has been guarded by Krebs, who is holding back. Goes up. They jump long. Cousy throws it high in the air. And the Boston Celtics are the world champions. Oscar Robertson throws to Kareem. 7 seconds. Winkle. The guy up. Kareem with a big pressure shot.
Hayes setting something up with Larry Bird, who gets it low. What's a move on Byron Scott? What a move by Larry Bird. Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. It's Kobe again. Portland 3 timeouts. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to shot.
And this fall, I'm going to take my time to South Beach. Join Miami.
James pulls up. Puts it in. 4-point lead. 35 for LeBron James. Timeout San Antonio.
It's off the runner. Defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Game. Series. Toronto is won.
But what if we went all the way back and redid it? Today is the year 2006. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of NBA 2K History Resimulation. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. And let me know in the comments anything. Real life, NBA Finals, what's happened in this video, what you think is going to happen, anything like that, because I am doing comments of the day. This is back for the for the 2000 video, 2000 and 2003 comments. So I got 2 comments here. One by Attila Magyar. If I say your guys' name wrong or anything, I apologize. I don't know how to read. All right. But he said this series even has so many underappreciated players. Terry Porter, obviously, dude hit every clutch 3-pointer possible. Billy Owens, never really talked about, but he's on a bunch of all-NBA teams. Reggie Miller could potentially be the all-time scoring leader. He thinks he will be. He'll probably finish second, but we'll see. We got Vern Mickelson. Just look at his career accomplishments. Dennis Rodman, crucial part of championship runs. Bernard King, all-time scoring leader when he retired, and then played 22 years or something like that. Pretty crazy. Adrian Dantley, he says best championship run in history. It's one of them. It's up there. I would say Bird's is up there. And then obviously Kobe and Shaq's. Pick one of them. AI's even. And then Jamal Wilkes, greatest 6-man in history. Clark Kellogg, finals MVP and a finals run. And then he also put Alex English, finals MVP on Moses Malone's team. George Gervin, the finals buzzer beater against Bird's Pistons, the first buzzer beater in finals history, or at least Game 7 history. And then JoJo White, former finals MVP. So yeah, a lot of really cool underrated players that, doesn't really get a lot of shine, especially someone like Reggie Miller, who's second all-time in scoring. Second comment is crazy to see how similar yet different this league has been, especially in the mid to late 90s. Kobe and Shaq get their three-peat together. Allen Iverson plays against them in the finals in 2001, yet beats them this time. Very, very cool to see. Thank you guys for your guys' comments. I wish I could pick all of them. There's a lot of really good comments, so I'm trying to pick a different person every video. But keep the comments coming. I love them. I love to see what your guys' thoughts are, even if it's something that you're disappointed, like, oh, I'm disappointed that so and so hasn't won yet, or whatever, or I'm really excited for Steph, or just let me know anything. But I'm loving these comments, and they are really cool to see. So let's get on to the 2006 NBA season. LeBron is coming off of his first regular season MVP. However, the Toronto Raptors have won 4 straight NBA championships. Kobe Bryant now has 4 finals MVPs, Shaq with 3, and obviously they are 7 and 8 in the NBA finals. Allen Iverson beating the Raptors in game 7. They could be going on a Bill Russell Celtics run if it wasn't for Allen Iverson, which is absolutely bonkers that even happened. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm also working on, if you guys go to the description on the Google Sheets page where I have the history, there is a GOAT list tab. If you scroll over to the right, you guys should actually be able to see a secondary list of the all-time scoring leaders, assist leaders, rebound leaders, steals leaders, and blocks leaders. I'm doing the top 15. Possibly, I don't know. I haven't like finished it out yet. I'm gonna finish it after this video. It's not gonna be super accurate because I don't know if I can get like combine like Wilt's numbers from the old save, like pre 83, right, pre the eras, and then combine it with his post. So, or I guess not Wilt, Kareem, Magic, and Bird, you know, their first 4 years. So it's not going to be perfect, but at least we have some sort of idea of where everyone kind of sits. So I do have that. I know that's kind of been questioned, and a couple things that you guys want to see some things. So I will have a list there. That way you guys can go into that Google Sheets and check that out. All right. So let's go on to player retirements here in 2006. Vlade Divac, Larry Johnson, Terrell Brandon, Dikembe Mutombo, Billy Owens. Speaking of, Billy Owens with a great career, ended his career in Charlotte, but very good career, played in Minnesota, in LA, and in Seattle. And then let's actually take a look at his award history here. One-time champion in 1997, where he won with the LA Lakers, and they beat the Orlando Magic. Clyde Drexler ended up winning Finals MVP that year. He's a 2-time All-Star, first-team All-Defensive twice, second-team All-Defensive 5 times, and 6th Man of the Year once, second-team All-Rookie in 1992. Robert Horry, he retires with Cleveland, 2-time champion with the Toronto Raptors, obviously a big part of those teams. Doug Christie, Christian Laettner all retire, but no Hall of Famers in this group. On to the 2006 NBA Draft Lottery, where Atlanta has the best odds of getting the #1 overall pick. Then it goes Houston, Boston, Miami, and Washington. The Sixers are in here. The Lakers are at 10. The Celtics have Portland's pick at 14. And the Miami Heat have won the NBA Draft Lottery. Houston at 2. Philly moved way up to 3. Atlanta at 4. Boston at 5. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Good for Philly, I guess. On to the 2006 NBA Draft. And with the #1 overall pick, the Miami Heat select Brandon Roy. So I've actually done something with this draft class specifically. And going forward with some players that had injury issues and never really were able to reach their potential. And I think 2K does this actually a little bit with Brandon Roy specifically too, because I kind of noticed it. But his max potential is higher, and then his minimal potential is obviously lower because of injuries and stuff. And obviously probably has higher injury possibilities. So hopefully, you know, maybe we get to see Brandon Roy super healthy in this era, right? Same with Greg Oden, players like that. So we'll see what happens, but it could be interesting. With the 2nd overall pick, the Houston Rockets select Paul Millsap. At 3, the Philadelphia 76ers select Rajon Rondo. At 4, Atlanta, they will take LaMarcus Aldridge. At 5, the Boston Celtics take Sheldon Williams. At 6, Washington will select... Nope, they're going to trade the pick. The Magic will receive this pick. The Wizards are receiving Jamal Crawford. And the Orlando Magic will select Andre Bargnani. At 7, the Detroit Pistons are trading their pick. They're receiving Antonio McDyess, but they are trading this year's first and the 2010 first-round pick, so that could end up being interesting. And the New Orleans Hornets will select Daniel Gibson. Daniel Booby Gibson. All right. Yeah. Rudy Gay goes to Indiana at pick number 8. New Orleans will then have another pick at 9. They will select J.J. Redick. At 10, the LA Lakers take Jordan Farmer. Seattle will take Tyrese Thomas. And the Phoenix Suns will take Ryan Hollins. On to free agency here in day 10, I believe is what it said. Still a few players still left over. But Ron Artest is headed to Philly. Interesting. Okay. He averaged 16, 6, and 3 a year ago with Golden State. Yao Ming returns to Milwaukee. Amari Stoudemire. Oh, he leaves Portland. He's headed to Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte's going to be interesting. Rashard Lewis, he returns to New York. Vince Carter is leaving LeBron and the Nets. Oh, man, that's a huge loss for the New Jersey Nets. And he goes to Portland. Mike Bibby returns to Chicago. Tony Kukoc to Utah. Boozer returns to Miami. Jay Williams does return to New Jersey. Alonzo Mourning goes to Denver. Michael Redd to Portland. So Portland adding a few pretty good players. Drew Gooden to Orlando. Penny Hardaway is going to Toronto. Wow, Toronto just stacks. Like, good Lord. Interesting. Andre Miller headed to New York. Derek Fisher is going to Dallas. Jason Terry is going to New Jersey. Okay, interesting. So, Toronto got Penny, who's 35 but an 83 overall. They lose Jason Terry, who's 28. He gets paid by New Jersey. Interesting. That's an interesting one. Rip Hamilton goes to Houston. Wow, free agency was kind of crazy this year. Nene goes to Portland. Man, Portland really did some things this offseason. Jared Wallace goes to Denver. Let's see. The Nets signed Kevin Martin and Derek Coleman. Interesting. Okay, so a really interesting free agency. A lot of role players moving to, different teams. I don't know. We'll see. Toronto getting Penny. So it's Penny, Hardaway, Kobe, and Shaq. It's an old Penny, but still pretty cool. And then we'll see if Jason Terry, who's just won 3 championships in a row with the Toronto Raptors, if he could bring that championship level of experience to New Jersey and help LeBron. LeBron James wins his second straight MVP, 28.5 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. He's a monster on both ends of the court. Brandon Roy wins Rookie of the Year, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a block per game. Rodney Murray wins Sixth Man of the Year for the Warriors. Shaq, this dude is 35 and putting up he had a much better season than the last 3 years. Wow, okay. Maybe it's because they're having to play more because they did lose Jason Terry. 28, 15, and 6, a steal and a half, and 2.7 blocks per game. Delonte West is your most improved, averaging 21.8 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. Wow. And hey, look, Bernard King coaching the Utah Jazz, and they won 68 games. That Jazz team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul, that's a really, really good team. Joe Johnson's on the All-NBA first team. Oh, my. He put up 36 a game. Okay. Kobe putting up 30 points, 9 rebounds, and nearly 8 assists per game. LeBron, Melo on the All-NBA first team, putting up 32, 6, and 3. And then Shaq. And then All-NBA second team got Dwayne Wade, who put up 25, 5, and 9. Gilbert Arenas for the Clippers, 28, 7, and 8. Chris Webber for Denver, 23, 10, and 6. Dirk for Phoenix, 23, 10, and 4. And Yao Ming, 20, and 11. All-NBA third team got Chauncey Billups, Tracy McGrady, Turkoglu, Lamar Odom, and Tyson Chandler. All defensive first team got Kobe, Jason Kidd, who is out for the season, a cracked neck vertebrae. Oh my, he's 34. I wonder if he might retire. Wow. LeBron, Shane Battier, and Shaq on the all-defensive first team. Wade, Billups, Garnett, Kenyon Martin, and Marcus Camby on the all-defensive second team. All-rookie first team, you got LaMarcus Aldridge averaging 17.8 points per game, 5 rebounds. Marignani for Orlando, 12 and 4. And Rudy Gay, 15, 3, and 2. Joe Johnson led the league in scoring, averaging 36 a game. Shaq led the league in rebounds per game with 15. Billups led the league in assists with 10. 2.2 steals per game for Stephon Marbury, and 2.7 blocks per game led the league, which was Shaq. LeBron was second in blocks per game with 2.3. Pretty impressive. So on to the playoffs. The Utah Jazz with the best record, I think, in the league. Chris Paul, an 88 overall, averaging 16 and 9. We saw Wade's numbers. They got Richard Jefferson as well. Kevin Garnett as well. Forgot he went over there. Man, this is a good team without Jefferson. They don't have a lot of depth, but this is a really good team. They played Dallas with Derek Fisher, Andre Iguodala, Joe Smith, Chris Bosh, and Big Z. Minnesota with Baron Davis, AI, James Posey, Kurt Thomas, and Ian Thomas. For Portland, you got Mo Williams, Vince Carter, Luol Deng, Zach Randolph, and Chris Kaman. Vince Carter leaving New Jersey, averaging 12, 5, and 5 for Portland. San Antonio with Marcus Banks, Joe Johnson, Deshaun Stevenson, Al Harrington, and Antoine Jamison. For Denver, you got Mike James, obviously no Jason Kidd, Tony Allen, and Caron Butler, Chris Webber, and Theo Ratliff. And then for the Clippers, you got Gilbert Arenas, Manu Ginobili, Glenn Robinson, Juwan Howard, and Eric Dampier. Playing the Memphis Grizzlies with Aaron McKee, Jerry Stackhouse, Rodney Rogers, Vin Baker, and Marcus Camby. Toronto is the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. You got Penny averaging 13 and 8 assists per game. Kobe, Morris Peterson, Cliff Robinson, and Shaq with Steve Francis coming off the bench. Milwaukee with Rafer Alston, Trevor Ariza, Sharif Abdul-Rahim. You got Pau Gasol on that team. And then for the Detroit Pistons, you've got Steve Nash, Jameer Nelson, Grant Hill, McDyess is on that team. For the Knicks, you got Stojakovic, Richard Lewis, Elton Brand. For Charlotte, the 3 seed in the East, got Ben Gordon, Paul Pierce, Amari Stoudemire. Chicago with Mike Bibby, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Tim Duncan, and John Bradley. And the number 2 seed, the New Jersey Nets, with Jay Williams, Kyle Korver starting, LeBron, Kenny Martin, Brad Miller, Jason Terry coming off the bench, with Kevin Martin and Bobby Jackson and Derek Coleman also coming off the bench. In Orlando with Earl Boykins, Ricky Davis, Jalen Rose, Drew Gooden, and Andre Bargnani. On to the second round we go, and the Bucks, Timberwolves, Mavericks, Pistons, Nuggets, Magic, and Grizzlies are all eliminated. So the Timberwolves getting upset by Portland, and the Pistons getting upset by New York. Charlotte getting upset by the Chicago Bulls, although this is a really good Bulls team with Mike Bibby, Ray Allen, Battier, Duncan, and Sean Bradley. It's a pretty good team. So on to the conference finals, as the Spurs, the New Jersey Nets, the Portland Trailblazers, and the Toronto Raptors are eliminated. Wow. Okay. Oh my. The Raptors just lost to the 5-seeded New York Knicks in 7. The Nets also lost in 7. A 5 and 6 seed are in the conference finals here in the 2007 playoffs. We got Utah and the Clippers, the 1 and 2 seeds in the West. I think this Utah team wins, man. You got a veteran Kevin Garnett, a young Chris Paul, veteran Richard Jefferson. They're a really, really good team. I don't think the Clippers have enough. Oh, and it looks like Gilbert Arenas is hurt. Wow. Let's take a look at what Gilbert Arenas' injury is, as he is out for the season with a broken left ankle. Wow. So massive, massive changes here in the NBA playoffs, as through game 2, the Jazz are up 2-0. The Knicks and Bulls are tied up at 1. Utah takes a 3-0 lead. Chicago takes a 3-1 lead now. The Jazz are on to the NBA Finals, and the Chicago Bulls are also on to the NBA Finals. The Bulls in the Finals for the first time since 2002, when they had Chris Webber. The Jazz into the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999, where they lost to the Toronto Raptors. Neither team, well, the Jazz have never won a championship. The Bulls have won 1 NBA title. This is your starting 5. Mike Bibby, Antonio Daniels, Shane Battier, Tim Duncan, and Sean Bradley, versus the Jazz with Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, Richard Jefferson, Kevin Garnett, and Al Jefferson. Can Dwayne Wade win his first NBA title. On to game number 1 in the 2007 NBA Finals. The Jazz up by 1 after 1, up by 16 at the half, and they're going to blow out the Chicago Bulls in game 1. Wade with 35 and 7, Garnett with 19, 11 and 7, Jefferson with 18, Chris Paul with 17 and 11, and the Jazz take a 1-0 series lead. On to game 2. The Bulls lead by 10 after 1, 11 at the half. The Jazz trying to come back here, but it's not enough. 116 and 95. Wade with 28 and 13. Duncan had 42, 13 and 4. So on to game number 3. Back to Chicago we go, and the Bulls have a 12-point lead after 1. Wow, a 19-point lead at the half. The Jazz, though, come all the way back, a massive second half, down to a minute 29. They're up by 5, up by 7. That will do it. A low-scoring game, but the Jazz get it done. 85-82. Wade with 14. Duncan with 24 and 12. And the Jazz have taken a 2-1 series lead. On to game 4. The Jazz with a 4-point lead after 1, a 5-point lead at the half, and they're blowing them out. A huge third quarter, and the Jazz have taken a 3-1 series lead. Garnett with 30 points, 9 boards, 7 assists. Wade with 28, 8 and 8. Duncan at 25 and 13 in the loss. And we are headed to game 5 back to Utah, where they have a chance to clinch their first NBA title in franchise history, and it looks like they're going to do it. 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. The Utah Jazz are NBA champions. Dwayne Wade with Kevin Garnett and Chris Paul win the 2007 NBA Finals. So Wade gets it done 2 years later, right? Or no, a year later than he did in real life. And, I mean, it's a really good team. Like, instead of Shaq, you got Garnett. And obviously, with a young Chris Paul, that Utah team who won 68 games in the regular season, they are a very good team and a young team. And the Utah Jazz are NBA champions for the first time in franchise history. They lost back in 1999, but Dwayne Wade gets it done, and he is your 2007 NBA Finals MVP. Wow. Dwayne Wade with 26 points per game, 5 rebounds, 8.8 assists, 2.4 steals, and a block and a half here in the 2007 NBA Finals. That's, honestly, I'm kind of shocked. I thought Toronto would get to the finals, but they lose in round 2. The Nets lose in round 2. A young team, though. They've got some time, but Garnett going over to Utah was a big deal. Like, that put Utah, like, over the edge there with Dwayne Wade obviously getting to 25 years old. He's entering his prime. Remember, he's older than LeBron. LeBron's still only 22. So, you know, Wade obviously in his prime. Chris Paul is also a little bit older, but he's 22 in year number 2. In the playoffs, averaging 14 and 11. So, you got Al Jefferson as well. Richard Jefferson. Like, this is a really, really good Utah Jazz team. I just thought it would be, you know, Toronto possibly winning another one. But their run, I mean, I know Shaq had a great year, but Toronto, their run could be over. We'll see what happens as we enter the offseason. Cliff Robinson for Toronto, he retires. So he finished with 7 championships, all with the Toronto Raptors. A 2-time All-Star, 1-time first-team All-NBA. Tony Kukoc also retires with the Jazz. He didn't finish the year. He tore his ACL, but he ends up becoming a 2-time champ, 7-time All-Star. Derek Coleman for the Nets, he retires. Kenny Anderson, LaFonso Ellis, Alonzo Mourning retires. Nick Van Exel retires as well. And in the Hall of Fame, Cliff Robinson goes, 7-time champion, averaged 18 and 10 per game. Was obviously a huge part of that Raptors team over the last 10 plus years. Branding changes for the Sixers, Wizards, Hawks, and Bobcats here in the offseason as we head to the draft lottery. The Hawks have the best chance at winning the number 1 overall pick. Boston at 2, LA at 3, Washington at 4, and the New Orleans Hornets at 5. And the Atlanta Hawks win the draft lottery. Washington at 2, Houston at 3, Boston and LA fall to 4 and 5. On to the 2007 NBA draft, and this is a big draft. Kevin Durant is coming into the league. So is Greg Oden. Remember, obviously, he may not deal with injury, so he could end up being really, really good. And with the number 1 overall pick, the Atlanta Hawks will select Kevin Durant. Man, Boston and LA had a chance, and they fall. Man, Atlanta gets KD. The 2nd overall pick, the Washington Wizards select Al Horford. With the 3rd overall pick, the Houston Rockets select Greg Oden. At 4, the Boston Celtics will go ahead and select Joakim Noah. The LA Lakers at 5 will select Jeff Green. At 6, New Orleans will take Jared Dudley. At 7, Seattle takes Mike Conley. At 8, Philly will take Marc Gasol. Phoenix will take Thaddeus Young at 9. And Indiana will select Aaron Brooks at number 10. On to free agency. We're only at like day 7, so these guys should be picked up. Like Mo Williams should be. He has some offers there. But going to the sign, LeBron, Wade, and Bosch, they all re-sign with their teams. Antonio McDyess re-signs with, or goes to Detroit. Ben Wallace re-signs in Orlando. Melo goes back to Boston. Baron Davis returns to Minnesota. Jason Williams goes to Charlotte. Portland gets Chris Kaman to re-sign. Jamal Crawford goes to Philly. The Raptors sign Jalen Rose. Okay. They just sign a new point guard every year. They also signed Antoine Walker. Corey Maggette goes to Seattle. And, yeah, I mean, not much. Deshaun Stevenson goes to the Nets to team up with LeBron, I guess. LeBron James wins his 3rd straight MVP award. 28, 9, and 8. 2 steals and 2 blocks. Shooting 53% from the field, 39% from 3, 77% from the free throw line. He's got to start winning, man. 3 MVPs in a row. That's only been done by Kobe, MJ, Bird, Wilt, Kuzi, and Mikan. He's got to start winning. Like, he needs to start winning at this point. Like, he shouldn't win anymore if he can't win. So we'll see. Kevin Durant wins Rookie of the Year, 27, 6, and 4. Pretty good numbers for a rookie. Jameer Nelson wins 6th Man of the Year for the Detroit Pistons. LeBron wins Defensive Player of the Year for the first time in his career. Wow. MVP and Defensive Player of the Year at the age of 23 years old. Dude, you gotta win, man. Most Improved goes to Jared Jack. Bernard King is the Coach of the Year for a 2nd straight year. The Jazz won 62 games. It's a very, very good team. Gilbert Arenas, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Tim Duncan, and Dwight Howard is your All-NBA first team. T-Mac, Billups, Turkoglu, Melo, and Shaq are on your 2nd team. 3rd team goes to Richardson, Joe Johnson, Chris Webber, Garnett, and Brand. And then all defensive first team got Kidd, Kobe, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Dwight Howard. All defensive 2nd team got Chauncey, Wade, Garnett, Shane Battier, and Tyson Chandler. Oh, and then I forgot to look at all rookie first team. That's all right. Jason Richardson led the league in scoring, averaging 32 a game. Tyson Chandler led the league in rebounds with 14. Chris Paul leads the league in assists with 11. Wade is 3rd on that list. Steals per game, LeBron led the league there. And Shaq led the league in blocks per game. LeBron was tied for 3rd in blocks per game. So on to the NBA playoffs. The New Jersey Nets were the 1 seed in the East. They play Cleveland in the 8 seed. Interesting. Toronto fell to 4. Wow. Well, Shaq is down to a 96 overall. He's 36 years old. Kobe is at 29, averaging 29, 10, and 7. Still obviously great. They play the Knicks. Orlando's a 3 seed. Philly's a 6 seed. Philly with Ron Artest, Kwame Brown, Andrew Bogut. Okay, interesting. And then the Bulls with Ray Allen and Tim Duncan. They are the number 2 seed out west. Utah is once again the number 1 seed. Denver at 4. They'll play Portland at 5. Clippers and Minnesota will play as the 3-6, and Dallas is the 2 seed in the West with Chris Bosh and Big Z, Andre Iguodala, also on that team. So on to round number 2, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are swept by New Jersey. The Kings, Sixers, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Suns, Raptors are eliminated. Shaq and Kobe are eliminated in round number 1. Wow. Shaq, 23, 12, and 5 wasn't bad in the playoffs. They just don't have the depth anymore. Like, they're both insane. It's just, they lost Jason Terry. They lost a couple guys. Utah moves on. Dallas and the Clippers will play in round 2. So on to the conference finals. By the way, this looks like a kind of, they got Ben Gordon now. Did I miss that in free agency? I guess so. And then, I wonder if there was an injury to, who was their starter again? Oh, wait, they have Okafor. And Kevin, okay. I missed some free agency things, unless they traded for one of these guys. No, okay, I guess it was free agency. I missed that in free agency, I guess. But they have some injuries. If we go to their roster, Kevin Martin's out 1 to 2 weeks, and Okafor's out for the season with a torn right MCL. I mean, Okafor's not, like, amazing, but he's a good player. I mean, he's our center, so that hurts them. Interesting, okay. And then, obviously, the Jazz, who are very good with Paul, Wade, Jefferson, Garnett, and Al Jefferson. Okay, so pretty much the same there. On to the conference finals, and the Orlando Magic, the defending champs, the Utah Jazz are eliminated. The Knicks are eliminated, and the Clippers are eliminated. We will have a new NBA champion. So Dallas with Felton, Iggy, Joe Smith, Chris Bosh, and Big Z will play the Portland Trailblazers with Nate Robinson, Vince Carter, Luol Deng, Zach Randolph, and Chris Kaman. Oh my. With Michael Redd and Nene on coming off the bench. And then Chicago back in the conference finals. They could be going back to the NBA finals with Mike Bibby, Ray Allen. I mean, Tim Duncan is just, the dude is awesome. 25, 17, and 4 in the NBA playoffs. So game 1 of the conference finals goes to Portland and New Jersey. Game 2 will also go to Portland and New Jersey. Chicago and Dallas now get a game. On to game number 4. The New Jersey Nets and the Portland Trailblazers have taken a 3-1 series lead. Both games are forced to a game 6, and the Dallas Mavericks are eliminated. The Portland Trailblazers are headed to the NBA Finals, but Tim Duncan and the Chicago Bulls have forced a game 7 against the New Jersey Nets. Oh, the Nets are dealing with injuries. A lot of injuries. Oh my. Kenyon Martin is out for the season with a torn left MCL. LeBron just can't catch a break right now. We're going to jump into the Simcast and see what happens here in the conference finals. Can LeBron get to his first NBA finals without his second best player? And the Nets have taken the lead into the fourth quarter. They've been trailing all game. Back and forth we go down to the final couple of minutes here. The Nets have taken a 12-point lead, and that will do it. LeBron and the New Jersey Nets are headed to the NBA Finals. LeBron put up 27, 12, and 14. Ben Gordon put in 25. Jay Williams had 24. Duncan with 26 and 13 in the loss. And the New Jersey Nets are headed to the NBA Finals for the first time in NBA history. LeBron is also going to the finals for the first time in his career, but without his two big men, his two starting big men, Kenyon Martin and Okafor. For the Blazers, they've got Darren Williams, Vince Carter, Luol Deng, Zach Randolph, and Marcin Gortat, but Vince Carter played with these New Jersey Nets for quite a bit of years. Played with LeBron. He ended up leaving in free agency. This is a very interesting NBA Finals. Let's jump in to game number 1 as the Blazers are up by 1 after 1, up by 5 at the half, but the Nets, a big third quarter, have taken the lead. and they will blow them out 121-111. LeBron put up 50 in game 1 of the NBA Finals. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. Wow. Wow. Randolph with 20 and 16, Gortat with 20 and 11. And we head to game number 2. Once again in New Jersey, but the Blazers with a 14-point lead after 1, a 10-point lead at the half. But here come the New Jersey Nets. They're down by 6, down by 10 now. And the Blazers will take game number 2, 118-106. LeBron at 22, 6 and 12. Williams with 20 and 6. LeBron's going to have to be just supernova in every single game if they want to win this series. On to game 3 as we head to Portland. The Nets with an 11-point lead after 1, a 5-point lead at the half. Now 85-80 going into the 4th quarter, and down to 2:52 the Nets with a 6-point lead, and now a 2-point lead, a 5-point lead. Can the Trailblazers get this to 1 possession here? I don't think so. The Nets will win it 111-104. LeBron, a 32-point triple-double, had 14 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Jay Williams with 29 and 7. Michael Redd with 27 for the Portland Trailblazers. But the Nets have taken home court advantage back as they take a 2-1 series lead. On to game 4. Portland with a 5-point lead after 1, a 10-point lead at the half. But here come the New Jersey Nets as we go back and forth. Down to a minute to go. The Blazers with a 3-point lead. Let's jump in. A minute and 10 to go, and the Nets do have the ball here. LeBron, I don't see. Oh, no, there he is. He's not wearing a headband, but he is out there. So LeBron, post fade, no good. He misses it with a minute to go. So Nate Robinson's on Portland. Okay, guarded by Jason Terry. 52 seconds to go. Robinson with Portland up by 3, gets it in the post to Randolph. Randolph guarded by Foster. That's no good. Gets his own rebound in. Randolph puts it up and in. A 5-point lead for the Portland Trailblazers. Here in game number 4, trying to tie up this series at 2. LeBron driving, puts it up. No good. Thought he got fouled. Zach Randolph with the rebound. And now New Jersey will have to foul. Nate Robinson will head to the free throw line. And Nate Robinson's first is no good. His second is up and good. So a 6-point lead for the Blazers with 32 seconds to go. Gotta go if you're New Jersey. And they'll call a timeout as they get across half court. They have 1 remaining timeout. So does Portland, with 29 seconds to go. I think you got to shoot a 3 here if you're New Jersey. I don't think a quick 2 really does much, especially when you got a foul at this point. Kemp will pass it in, and he gets it to Gordon. Ben Gordon with it, gets a screen from Kemp. Gordon driving, gets it to Foster. Foster lays it up and in. They went for a 2, but they took a little too long there. And New Jersey will foul. So it's a 4-point game. And Nate Robinson will head back to the free throw line here. And the first is good. And the second is up and good. So Portland back to a 6-point lead. LeBron now 15 seconds to go. He drives, kicks it out to Williams. Jay Williams' 3 is up and good. 11 seconds to go. And New Jersey will have to foul once again. So 10 seconds to go. New Jersey down by 3. It was a nice play. I mean, LeBron being able to create the 3 there for Jay Williams, but Nate Robinson hits the first. The second free throw for Robinson is up and good. So a 5-point lead for New Jersey, or for Portland. New Jersey got to go here. LeBron, pump fake for 3, good. LeBron James hits a huge 3. 3.7 seconds to go. That's what I'm saying. They needed to start shooting 3s earlier. It might just be too little too late at this point. I mean, man, how big would it be if you could get a steal here? 3 seconds go. Nope. And they'll foul. So 2.9 seconds now. Nate Robinson, you need him to miss a free throw here. His first is no good. New Jersey has a chance. Robinson, I don't know if New Jersey has a timeout, actually. And Robinson will hit the second. Nope, they don't have a timeout. 2 seconds. 1, and that'll do it. Portland will win game number 4, 123-120. And we are headed to game 5 with both teams with 2 games apiece. On to game 5 we go, back to New Jersey, and the Blazers with a 4-point lead after 1, a 3-point lead at the half, and an 8-point lead going into the 4th quarter. The Nets trying to come back, and they do. They're now all tied up with 4 minutes to go. The Nets have taken the lead. Back to Portland with the lead, and down to a minute 17. We're all tied up at 112. Let's jump in. Portland with the ball, a minute and 15 now. Nate Robinson guarded by Jay Williams. Robinson driving, and he gets blocked. Chris Kaman with the offensive rebound. Foster with the block. Randolph gets offensive rebound. He's blocked. Ben Gordon now has it. A minute to go. Gordon for 3. No, he missed it. 55 seconds to go. Blazers with it. Robinson guarded by Ben Gordon now. Robinson gets a screen. Into the post is Zach Randolph, guarded by Foster. Really could use Kenyon Martin, but he's out for the year. Randolph gets fouled, and he's going to the free throw line. Remember, Kenyon Martin and Emeka Okafor are out, both out for the year with a torn knee. Randolph hits the first, and the second is good. So Randolph gives the Blazers a 2-point lead. Jay Williams will bring it up. Williams holding it here. Now 34 seconds to go. Gets in the post to LeBron. LeBron, step back, mid-range jumper. No good. Foster, offensive rebound. He misses it. Gets it up. And good. Foster. He's been big time here at the end of this game. A couple of blocks, an offensive rebound, and a bucket to tie it up at 114. 26 seconds to go. And Portland will pass it in. Chris Kaman gets it in to Darren Williams. Darren Williams holding it. Jay Williams guarding him. 18 seconds to go. He's going to hold this thing down to about probably 10 seconds here. We've hit 10 seconds. Williams gets a screen. Darren, 4 on the clock to Randolph. 2 on the clock. Randolph, step back. No good. Foster, offense, or with the rebound, and that is no good. So we will have overtime here in game number 5. Back to the Simcast as the Nets take an early lead, and down to 53 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game. Let's jump back in. The Nets up by 3 here in overtime of game 5 of the 2008 NBA Finals. Foster will get it in now to LeBron. LeBron, mid-range jumper, no good. Darren Williams with the rebound. Over to Luol Deng, guarded by LeBron. Nice pass to Chris Kaman, and Chris Kaman will dunk it home. So it's a 1-point lead for New Jersey. 40 seconds to go. LeBron driving right. Nice pass to Sean Kemp, who lays it up and in. Nice pass from LeBron and James. And it's a 3-point lead for the New Jersey Nets. They've got 35 seconds left here in game 5. Chris Kaman will pass it in once again. And he gets it to Williams. Williams guarded by Jay Williams. Wants to get into the post to Randolph. He does. Guarded by Kemp. Randolph spins right, hook shot. No good. LeBron with the rebound. Gives it to Jay Williams, and he is fouled. So Jay Williams to the free throw line has 11 points, now 12, along with his 8 assists. And free throw number 2 is up and good. So a 5-point lead for the New Jersey Nets. Can Portland hit a 3 here to make this thing close and give them a chance? Chris Kaman will pass it in once again. He will get it to Darren Williams. 20 seconds to go. Williams gets a screen from Kamen. Drives right. Darren Williams. Floater's good. So a 3-point lead for New Jersey. LeBron will pass it in. And Jay Williams will head back to the free throw line. The first is good. And the second is up and good. So back to a 5-point lead for the Nets. Williams will bring it up over to Luol Deng for 3. That's no good. Foster with the rebound, gets it to LeBron, and that will do it. New Jersey will take a 3-2 series lead. LeBron with 37, 10, and 13 assists in this game. First free throw is good. LeBron's second free throw is good. A 7-point lead for the New Jersey Nets, and that will do it. They win Game 5 and take a 3-2 series lead. On to game number 6, back to Portland. The Blazers with a 2-point lead after 1, a 6-point lead at the half, and they're starting to pull away here. Down to 3 minutes to go, it's an 11-point lead. A 4-point, all of a sudden the Nets are down by 2. All right, let's jump in. 48 seconds to go. Portland has the ball up by 2. Luol Deng will pass it in. Gets it to Vince Carter. Carter over to Michael Redd. Michael Redd driving right, guarded by Terry. Good. Big shot by Michael Redd. And it gives Portland a 4-point lead. Timeout, New Jersey. I'm not sure why LeBron's headband isn't there. It just randomly disappeared. I don't know. 44 seconds to go. And Sean Kemp will pass it in. Kemp gets it to LeBron. Down by 4, 40 seconds to go. Got to go, LeBron. He's going to get a screen here from Foster. And nice pass to Foster. Foster will lay it up and in. Perfect pick and roll there. LeBron with 29 and 10 rebounds. They'll pass it in here. 32 seconds to go. Don't have to foul. Carter gets it up ahead to Michael Redd. Michael Redd, alley-oop to Randolph, lays it up and in. Sean Kemp, just not good defense there. And 26 seconds to go. New Jersey is down by 4 here in Portland. I think you got to hit it. I think you got to take a 3 at this point. I mean, they have missed free throws, I guess. I'm not sure. Ball is into LeBron. Over to Williams, back to Braun. LeBron has it. 20 seconds to go. Over to Williams. He was going to take a 3. Decides not to. Over to corner 2. Ben Gordon for 3. Gordon hits the 3. 12 seconds to go. It's a 1-point game, and they will foul Michael Redd. And they had a foul to give, so they'll pass it in one more time here. Randolph will get it to Michael Redd, and they will foul. So 10.5 seconds to go. And Michael Redd goes to the free throw line with Portland up by 1. He has 23 and 5. First free throw is good. Second free throw. Good. A 3-point lead for the Trailblazers. Ball is into Williams. 7 seconds to go. Over to LeBron. LeBron for 3. No, he missed it. Randolph to Redd, and that will do it. The Portland Trailblazers will take Game 6, and we are headed to a Game 7 in New Jersey. LeBron with 29, 10, and 13 in the Game 6 loss. I believe that's back-to-back triple-doubles for him in the finals. But we head to Game 7, back to New Jersey. And the Nets with an early lead, up by 13 after 1, up by 17 at the half. But the Blazers trying to come back here, now just down by 5. Wow, a huge third quarter for Portland. Down to 4 minutes ago, they're down by 4, and they've taken the lead with less than 2 minutes to go. New Jersey is now taking the lead back to Portland. Portland's taking a 3-point lead. It's a 1-point lead for the Blazers. Let's jump in. Jason Terry's at the free throw line, and he hits his free throw. He'll have a second one here, and it is no good. So we're all tied up at 109. There was a near steal by Foster, but he couldn't hold on to it. Robinson now with it. Nate Robinson off the right side. Nice pass to Randolph, and Portland takes a 2-point lead with 43 seconds to go. LeBron now with it. 40 seconds. LeBron bullies his way to the rim. Dunks it. Oh, LeBron James ties it up at 111. 38 seconds to go. Oh, my goodness. What a dunk. All right, 38 seconds to go. Chris Kaman will pass it in. And he gets it to Nate Robinson, guarded by Jay Williams. Robinson, alley-oop to Randolph. No good. Kemp with the rebound. Over to Williams. Get it to LeBron, please. Jay Williams, guarded by Nate Robinson. Into the post of Foster. Hands it off to LeBron. Floater, no good. Don't like that shot. Just a horrible play. I'm not sure what the thinking there was. So 18 seconds to go in a tied game, and Portland has a chance to win the NBA Finals in Game 7. Robinson, guarded by Jay Williams. He's going to hold it. Down to 10 seconds. 9, 8. Robinson gets it in the post to Randolph. Randolph, guarded by Sean Kemp. Randolph, step back. No good. Kemp with the rebound, but that will do it. We are headed to overtime here in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Randolph could not hit the game winner. Oh, man, what a good game. So into the simcast here. The Nets with the lead, and we'll get down to 52 seconds to go. They're up by 4. Let's jump in. Portland does have the ball as they are down by 4 with 52 seconds to go. Chris Kaman will get it to Robinson. 50 seconds to go, and now they're going to call a timeout. So 49 seconds to go here with Portland down by 4. I'm curious to see what LeBron's numbers are as Kaman will pass it in. And Kaman will get it into Nate Robinson. Robinson, just a terrible pass. Kemp with the rebound. Out to LeBron. LeBron will slam it through. 122 to 116. He has 40. 40 points for LeBron here in Game 7. Over to Randolph in the post. Guarded by LeBron. Randolph. Hook shot. Good. That's a tough shot. 29 seconds to go. They'll pass it into Jay Williams, and they will foul. Man, without Emeka Okafor, without Kenyon Martin, the New Jersey Nets are on the brink of winning their first NBA title. They have a 6-point lead. LeBron is this close from winning his first NBA championship. And, you know, we've seen a lot of great players win, but a lot of them have had other great players around them, right? Magic had Bernard King in his first run. Then in Phoenix had Charles Barkley. Great players around him, right? Jordan had Hakeem. Kobe has Shaq. Wilt and Rick Barry were together. So LeBron to do this with his second best player being Kenyon Martin, pretty impressive. It's not over, though. A big 3 there for Portland. And Williams will get the ball here. I mean, even last year, right, with Dwayne Wade winning. He had Chris Paul and Kevin Garnett with him. Chris Webber won with Tim Duncan. Jay Williams hit the first. The second is up and good. Not to say that these are bad teammates that LeBron has. I mean, Jay Williams is good, right? Kenny Martin's good, but no Kenny Martin here in the NBA Finals. Robinson has it. 13 seconds to go. Over to Michael Redd for a 3. That's no good. Foster with the rebound. Over to Williams again, and he will get fouled again. So 5 seconds to go. Or 8 seconds ago, a 5-point lead, now a 6-point lead. And Gordon hits the first. The second is good. And look, Ben Gordon is a really good player, right? Solid role player. It's just really good role players around LeBron. 3 seconds on the clock. Luol Deng for 3. No good. Randolph will have it, but that will do it. The New Jersey Nets are NBA champions for the first time in franchise history. Their first finals appearance, I believe. No, it's their second. They made... or no, it's their second NBA championship. I'm sorry. They won back in '89 with Clark Kellogg. I totally forgot about that. I didn't see them in here. So their second NBA championship in franchise history. They're now 2-1 in the NBA Finals. The last time they had made it was 1992. And they beat the Blazers, who still have not won a championship. The Blazers are now 0-2 in the NBA Finals. But LeBron gets his first championship here in 2008. At just 23 years old, he is your Finals MVP. So LeBron at 23 already with the championship and has done it without another all-time great. Pretty impressive. LeBron wins Finals MVP, averaging 35.7 points per game, 9 rebounds, 11.7 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. Yeah. That's pretty good. Pretty good. In Game 7, had 40, 12, and 12 with 3 steals and a block. But look, I mean, just really good role players, right? I mean, Kyle Korver, Jay Williams, Jason Terry, Ben Gordon, Kevin Martin, Sean Kemp, right? And to get to the finals, he had Kenyon Martin, Okafor for a little bit in the playoffs. So a good team, just an all-time great player on that good team. And they beat the Blazers, who weren't amazing, but had good players. Michael Redd, Zach Randolph, Luol Deng, Nate Robinson had Vince Carter on that team. Darren Williams, a young Darren Williams. But the New Jersey Nets are NBA champions. So we head to the 2008 offseason. Sean Kemp retires, so he retires an NBA champion. Pretty cool there. 5-time All-Star. Sean Bradley, Penny Hardaway, Merson, Daniel Marshall, Kevin Ollie, Damon Stoudemire, they all retire. No Hall of Famers, though. And then going to historical corrections here. Just branding changes for a lot of teams, including the Raptors and Timberwolves. So the 2008 NBA Draft Lottery with a chance of getting... oh, by the way, Oklahoma City is in the league. I didn't see that in the historical corrections for some reason. I'm not sure why it wasn't in there. But OKC is now in the league. Seattle is no longer there. I know some of you guys wanted Seattle to stay, especially with their history. But I like to just keep things how it goes. They didn't move from Seattle because they were bad. They moved from Seattle because of a new stadium. They didn't want to build a new stadium. So that's just a reality. It happens in this one as well. And they have the fourth best chance of getting Derrick Rose. So we'll see. But the Wizards have the best chance. And the #1 overall pick will indeed go to the Washington Wizards. Miami at 2, OKC at 3, Boston at 4, and New Orleans at 5. On to the 2008 NBA Draft, and with the #1 overall pick, the Washington Wizards select Derrick Rose. So Derrick Rose headed to the Capitol. At number 2, Russell Westbrook goes to Miami. At 3, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Kevin Love. At 4, the Boston Celtics will select Eric Gordon. At 5, the New Orleans Hornets will trade their pick for Eric Gordon. And Boston moves up 1 pick. Or actually, they'll have... or they had back-to-back picks, right? I think. O.J. Mayo will go number 5. Serge Ibaka goes to the LA Lakers. Michael Beasley will head to the Memphis Grizzlies. Goran Dragic to San Antonio. At 9, Indiana will take Maurice Spates. And at 10, Atlanta will take Brook Lopez to pair with Kevin Durant. On to free agency here in 2008. Kevin Garnett will head to Memphis. He leaves Utah. after 3 years with Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul. Paul Pierce stays in Charlotte, so he re-signs there. Gilbert Arenas leaves the Clippers. He heads to Indiana. Wow, so a big move there where Gilbert Arenas will go to the Pacers. Dwight Howard goes to LA. Luol Deng returns to Portland. Jason Richardson returns to Sacramento. Ray Allen goes back to Denver. Okay, interesting. He spent 4 years in Chicago, now goes back to Denver. Battier returns to Chicago, I believe. Tyson Chandler goes to the Clippers. Lamar Odom goes to Utah. Oh, so they lost Garnett, but they got Lamar Odom. That's actually a really good addition for them. Andre Iguodala goes to Dallas. Ooh, Danny Granger goes to New Jersey. What didn't have really any sort of role in Houston. He's an 85 overall, though. That's an interesting player to pair. Now, he's a small forward, so I don't know how that's going to work with the Nets, but that's an interesting pairing. Al Jefferson leaves Utah and goes to OKC. So Utah did lose quite a bit. Interesting. Okafor returns to the Nets as well. JR goes to the Suns, or returns to the Suns. Interesting. An interesting offseason. We'll see how that shakes up the league. Kobe Bryant wins another MVP. That's going to give him 6. Wow. So 4 in 7 years. LeBron got the other 3. But Kobe Bryant, 6 regular season MVPs. Pretty impressive. Averaging 27, 8, and 9. Russell Westbrook, Rookie of the Year, 26 and 8 assists. Vin Baker, 6th Man of the Year, 14 and 9. Tim Duncan is your Defensive Player of the Year. That, I believe, is his first DPOY. JJ Redick is your Most Improved with 22 a game. And the Toronto Raptors, Coach Malik Blake wins Coach of the Year, winning 59 games. All NBA first team, we got Kobe, who is injured, by the way. T-Mac is also injured, but he's on the All-NBA first team, averaging pretty good numbers, 35, 8, and 6. LeBron, 26, 8, and 8. Hedo Turkoglu for Cleveland, averaging 32 and 9. And then Shaq. All-NBA second team, got Jason Richardson, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Dwight Howard. All-NBA third team, we got Joe Johnson, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and Yao Ming. KD averaging 26, 8, and 4 in his second year. All defensive first team, we got Kidd, Richardson, Duncan, Garnett, and Jermaine O'Neal. All defensive second team, we got Kobe, Manu, LeBron, KD, and Shaq. All rookie first team, we got Russ, Derrick Rose averaging 21, 2, and 4. Kevin Love averaging 13 and 9. Eric Gordon averaging 20, and DJ Augustine averaging 15 per game. Wow, look at this. The New Jersey Nets missed the playoffs with a winning record. Wow. What the heck? I mean, they did. Looks like injuries again hurt them. As Danny Granger's out. So I think they still won 46 games. But I think injuries happened. And because LeBron didn't win MVP, I'm wondering if he missed some time. He missed 5 games. Yeesh. So, yeah, I mean, injuries, they did lose Kenyon Martin. Maybe that's a big difference there. Yikes. Wow, they completely missed the playoffs after winning an NBA title. That's crazy. All right. Your league leaders, Tracy McGrady led the league in scoring with 35 a game. Duncan led the league in rebounds. Chris Paul led the league in assists. Kidd led the league in steals with AI. And then Jermaine O'Neal led the league in blocks. So on to the playoffs. The Dallas Mavericks with the best record in the West. Portland with the second best record. Clippers at 3, Minnesota at 4. The Jazz at 5. Toronto is back to being the number 1 seed in the East. Oh, they got Kenyon Martin. That's pretty good. I see why they're back to being the number 1 seed. Although, remember, Kobe is out for the first couple weeks. Milwaukee is the 4 seed with Pau Gasol and Yao Ming. Orlando, the 3 seed. And then New York is the number 2 seed. So on to round number 2. And the Detroit Pistons, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Phoenix Suns, the Timberwolves, the Toronto Raptors. They couldn't do it without Kobe Bryant. Portland, the defending Western Conference champs, Denver, and Indiana are all eliminated. So we are going to get a new champion, and Toronto, unfortunately, could not get to round number 2 without Kobe Bryant. So we head to the conference finals. Orlando, Memphis, Utah, Milwaukee are all eliminated. So we've got Dallas with Chris Bosh and Big Z, Trevor Ariza, Andre Iguodala, Raymond Felton, with Ginobili, Glenn Robinson, Eric Dampier, and Tyson Chandler for the Clippers. That's right. They lost Gilbert Arenas, and they are still in the conference finals. Okay. New York as a 2 seed. This is one of those random years, I feel like. Although Chicago is a good team with Tim Duncan, Tony Allen. They don't seem to have any big injuries right now. Very odd year. Game 1 goes to Dallas and New York. Game 2 goes to the Clippers and New York. Game 3 goes to Dallas and New York. Game 4, Dallas will take a 3-1 series lead, as well as the Knicks. And the Bulls have been eliminated. The Clippers get a game. And the Dallas Mavericks are headed to the NBA Finals to play the New York Knicks. Probably one of the more bizarre finals, even though they are a 1 and 2 seed. It's just the players in this. I mean, I guess Chris Bosh, right? Chris Bosh is a very, very good player. He has Big Z, Trevor Ariza, Andre Iguodala, and Raymond Felton. It's a pretty good team with Speedy Claxton, Isaiah Ryder, Peja Stojakovic, Rashard Lewis, and Elton Brand for the New York Knicks. A very interesting NBA Finals. Game 1 in New York, who has home court advantage. The Dallas Mavericks up by 16 at the half, up by 18 going into the 4th, and they will win at 109-98. Elton Brand with 18 and 9, Chris Bosh with 41 and 20. Wow. Okay. Game number 2 in New York, and Dallas with a 3-point lead after 1, a 2-point lead at the half. They extend that lead to 14 now, and they will win game 2, 113-90. Stojakovic with 27, Bosh with 38 and 10. Chris Bosh is going crazy here in the 2009 NBA Finals. On to game number 3, Dallas with down by 4 actually after 1, down by 10 at the half, and here come the Knicks. The New York Knicks blow out the Mavericks 132-105. Stojakovic with 35, 8 and 5. Bosh with 32, 6 and 6 in the loss. Game number 4 in Dallas. The Knicks, though, with an early lead, up by 8 after 1, and they're just blowing them out again. Okay, well, no home team has won. 116-86. Stojakovic with 33, 18 and 10 for Big Z, and we are headed to Game 5 in New York. After 1, the Knicks up by 14. At the half, they're up by 21. Another blowout. 121-87. Stojakovic with 31 and 6. Bosh with 29 and 14 in the loss. And we are headed to game number 6 in Dallas. Can Dallas avoid losing 4 straight? It's a 1-point lead at the half. Very close game. Down to a minute and 20. Dallas with a 6-point lead now. An 8-point lead, and that will do it. So Dallas does tie up the series. We are headed to a game 7. Bosh with 34 and 5. Big Z with 18 and 14. So on to game 7 we go. Dallas has never been into the NBA Finals. They could win their first, or they could lose their first trip to the NBA Finals. New York, it's been decades since they've even been to the Finals. 1971 was the last time they made it to the Finals, where they got swept by the Lakers and Wilt Chamberlain. The last time they won was in 1959, where they beat the Minneapolis Lakers. Harry Gallatin was your Finals MVP. They are 3-2 in the NBA Finals. Crazy long time since the Knicks have been to the NBA Finals. Game number 7 we go. Can they win their first since 1959? Can Dallas win their first in franchise history? The Knicks, after being down 34-17 after 1, have cut the lead down to 4 here in the third. Into the fourth, 4 minutes ago, Dallas is up by 14. Can New York come back here? Or will Dallas win there first? I think Dallas is going to win there first. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will do it. The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions for the first time in franchise history. They beat the New York Knicks, who still cannot win a title. And the Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions. And for 3 straight years, we've had a different player from the 2003 NBA draft win an NBA championship. And possibly a Finals MVP, which I think it will be, as Dallas hoists up the Larry O'Brien trophy. But Chris Bosh should be your Finals MVP, and he is. Dwayne Wade in 07, LeBron James in 08, and Chris Bosh in 2009 have won 3 straight Finals MVPs. Wow. And ironically enough, the 3 that joined the big 3 in Miami. That's crazy. Bosh had 18 here in the closeout game. But the Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions, and Chris Bosh is a Finals MVP. Bosh in the finals, averaging 29, 10, and 4 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. That is crazy. What a random year. I mean, we'll get those random years, right? Like, it seemed like Minnesota or even like Chicago. I mean, those were good teams. But it seemed kind of random with the injuries to Shaq during those years, right? So we've had those years, right? The Lakers winning in 97. Kind of random. Right in the midst between Philly winning championships and right before Toronto won theirs. So we've had some one-offs kind of like this, but we've had 3 straight different NBA champions after seeing one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history, Toronto winning 4 straight and 7 in 9 years. We've had 3 different NBA champions. Pretty crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That like button if you did. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are. And I will see you guys in the year 2009.